There is a new planar earphone in town right now that is making headwaves. The hype is building up slowly because it just came out. And that is a brand new 7Hz Crinacle Salnotes Dioko Earphone. He said this is the cheapest planar earphone on the planet currently. It's the cheapest, the most affordable you can buy. One thing that this earphone can offer you is value, and that is something planar earphones have not been able to do ever since they started coming out. Even when THIEAUDIO released their first planar earphone, the P1 that really became a household name a few years ago that it came out, really sold very well, had a lot of hype. It built a reputation just being that detailed earphone that had a lot of resolution, as well as being able to deliver clarity that at least should compete with higher end earphones. Now, fast forward about 3-4 years later, after that particular P1 model, there have been so many planar earphones have come out, and this new Cranicle partnership with 7Hertz is very, very interesting. The cell note, like I announced the other day, is coming with a massive driver, a 14.6 millimeter planar driver. It's a new driver. It's not the old driver that they have on their other model. For instance, their timeless. The timeless, when it did come out, it was successful. I kid you not, that timeless till now is still a very successful release for the brand. Did very well sales wise, has hype. It built hype because of good tuning. It had a very good tuning to it as well. And to be honest, it really was a very, very well made IEM if we're talking about that timeless model. This one is comparable to the timeless. The timeless was fun in the way they tuned it because you had a bit of elevated bass, very good mids, and extended treble, but it had a bit of a V shape if you've listened to that model. This one, on the other hand, they are tending to go a bit neutral with this, but they still elevated the bass a bit with this model. And I think it might suit the newer generation of audiophiles. Audiophiles of right now are very interested in detail. They're very interested in resolution. They're very interested in a lot of stuff. Especially neutrality is a trend now. It's no longer the days when neutrality wasn't a thing. People really like that impactful bass, big bass, not so great mids, extended highs that wasn't so great. People were really into this newer type of tuning, and you're gonna get the newer type of tuning with this model. The only question would then become, are you really into new tuning, the 2022 kind of neutral tuning? I have my reservation about neutral tuned earphones of this modern era now. I'm not a big fan because what they do most of the times they take away the fun, and they become, if you listen to these more recent earphones, they tend to sound too clinical, too dry, too in your face, and if they don't get it right, it becomes shouty, shrill, and annoying in the way they present your sound. That's for the more modern earphones, and the sound notes should be able to deliver very good sound. The only worry I have for it, will it have enough bass impact to please a lot of people? Because if it still goes with the same kind of like tuning formula that the P1 and all the other neutral earphones have gone with, I have a feeling that this earphone might not sell very well on the market. Not that it wouldn't be tuned very well, but I think it would pretty much be almost the same as every other earphone that is neutral on the market. I get it. People would say every earphone, most earphones do have different sound in general. They perform differently, but I feel neutral earphones these days are becoming a bit too much. they're a bit too much. And I think this 7S Salnotes Dioko is on that same path of being that clinical neutral tuning for the money. But $99 is the price tag. I don't think it's a bad price tag. The only worry I have for it is the way it will present your sound in general. If it becomes too neutral, if it becomes pretty much the same with every neutral earphone that is out on the market, I don't know whether its longevity will be there because of, but I'm looking at popularity. Will it still have that popularity and longevity that an earphone of its caliber would have? It remains to be seen. The driver is big. I expect it to please a lot of audiophiles. Let's see how well it sells, and let's see how the response it gets when a lot of people that have already paid for it get their hands on it. I'll drop a link to where you can get it in the description if you want to check that out. Subscribe to the channel, like our content. I'll see everybody very much next time.